What have I learned from 30 years of covering the occupation? The bereaved parents have aged. The young people participating in the first Intifada are the middle-aged population of 2017, and those of the second Intifada are walking dead. Some of the heroes featured in my columns have been forgotten, others not. Images crowd the memory now during the Jubilee Festival. Here is a row of amputee youth in their wheelchairs, having a cigarette next to the window in the corridor of Gaza City's Shifa Hospital, victims of the appalling shelling of a strawberry field in Beit Lahiya, which wiped out a whole family. And the boy from Bethlehem who was sentenced for 6 months in prison, 1 month for every stone that he threw, though they hit no one and caused no damage. The bridegroom who was killed in the day of his wedding, the father from Kalandia refugee camp who lost 2 sons within 40 days, while another son was killed a few years later when a commander of the IDF Binyamin Brigade shot him in his back as he fled. To cover up the crimes, the occupation has needed a propaganda-driven media that betrays its honest mission. An education system that has been recruited for its purposes, a misleading security establishment, politicians lacking any kind of conscience, and a civil society that doesn't have a clue what is its role. A new occupation-adjusted system of values had to be developed in which the cult of security allows, justifies and whitewashes everything, in which messianism becomes a value also of the secular population, and the sense of victimization functions as another cover-up, and the feeling of thou hast chosen us doesn't hurt either. It was also necessary to come up with a language of newspeak, the language of the occupier. According to this newspeak, for example, arrest without trial is called administrative detention, and the military government is known as the civil administration. In the occupier's language, every child with a pair of scissors is a terrorist. Every individual detained by the security forces is a murderer, and every desperate person who tries to provide for his family at any price is illegally present in Israel. Hence the creation of the language and a way of life in which every Palestinian is a suspicious object. Those were 30 bloody years of covering the occupation.